I do solar plate intaglio. So a solar plate is a etching plate. It has a polymer surface. So this is just a piece of acetate, mylar. And I just have drawn on this with etching ink and a China marker, which is a crayon that writes on almost anything. And anything that is opaque, you can draw on this plastic with and then expose it onto the plates. You can't rework these plates. So if you do something on your drawing and then you make your plate and you say, oh man, I hate that line, too bad. You have to make another plate. So I start with this and I expose this onto the plate with a UV light. I have a machine, and of course the plates develop in water. They're very safe. This is the print that came off of these two plates. These are the same image, and I printed it once on dry paper and once on wet paper, and I was very happy with it. Whenever you print a plate, the first one is always light, and this one is light. This is the dry paper, and this is the damp paper. Printmakers print on both dry paper and damp paper. I use an ink that's a water-soluble ink that can print on dry paper. So I wanted to show you what these plates look like, and I thought, how can I show these, because they're clean already and you can't see it. So what I decided to do is bring some powder so I could put it in the plate, and I'll make the lines white, and then we should be able to see it. So there. So you can see it pretty well with the, can you see it? With the powder. So the prints that I have here in this show are done with more than one plate. So this is the texture plate. So you can see here's the image on this plate. Can you see it? How's that look? And this is just, I took a piece of the mylar and I just splotched the ink all over it and kind of wiped it off in places. And when I got done, I had this kind of messy looking mark stuff. And so what I did is I wiped the ink on this plate and then wiped it off. That's the way you do an etching. You put ink all over the plate and then you wipe it off, and it sticks every place where this mark is white. And then I rolled a second color over the top of it. So I would wipe this plate with the dark ink and then roll a color over it also. And I use a lot of very transparent ink. When I started this work, I was thinking about our identity as artists, our personal identity. And I was thinking about how our marks, if we go from printmaking to painting to sculpture to whatever, you know, your marks are your marks and your work is your work. And it looks like your work no matter what you do. As an artist, you're sort of trying to make sense of your world. And my work is abstract, and the definition of abstract is to take something and refine it down to its most important and smallest component. And that's what I like to think this work is. It's just pulled down to the point where I like it because it breaks up space the way I like it, and I like the color, and you know, just everything about it pleases me. So that's why I do it.